Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back in another video, and today we're going to take a tour of my Somerville Place restoration project. This is a PS4 settlement using some mods, and here is Somerville Place. Now this is a very small settlement. We only have 9 residents in total, 2 of them being children, and we've concentrated just on restoring the house because the main house is not scrappable even with mods, and just expanding on it and making it into a small little minor settlement. One of the reasons why we've kept it small is there's no point building a defensive wall around it because the spawn point for the enemies is pretty much where I'm standing. It's very close to the house, so we do have it fairly well defended. We've got one tower there, one tower there, another tower over there, one guard there, a couple of dogs, and we've got another building down here which we'll go and see in a minute, which has also got some laser turrets on the top. We have built a trade caravan post here. We needed to do something with this particular area. There is normally a campfire on the floor that I wanted to scrap because I didn't like it. I didn't like it where it was, or it just didn't suit me, so I scrapped it, only to find that there was a residual light effect that you couldn't get rid of. It's one of those things that happens when you scrap items that you can't normally scrap in vanilla. So then I had to think of what to do there, so we've built a table, put a campfire on it, that explains the light, and we've put our trade caravan post here as well, so you know that's somewhere for them to sit down while they you know, gather themselves up before they move on to the next settlement. So a very quick mention about the house. This is Somerville Place house itself, the red wood. That's the unscrappable bit. We'll come back and talk about it in more detail in a minute, but for now we'll move down this hill, and we've put in this nice little rough wooden walkway. These boards are angled already. They come in a variety of angles, and I think they are from custom vanilla assets. So down the end of our little walkway here we have a mod that extends the area we can build in, expands it, so we could be able to get right down to the water here and put some water purifiers into the water. So we have 4 water purifiers inside this nice little shack. This shack is built using S'more's workshop items barn build set, and it is the pier skin for that build set. It's nice corrugated roof, I think, or you know, corrugated, supposed to look like corrugated roof. I quite like it because it has a different texture on the inside. And on the top there we have our gun emplacement, and we have one guard position. It's an invisible mat, so he's down here keeping an eye over this swampland. These defences are quite a long way away from the spawn point over there, but there are some rad stags, glowing rad stags I think, that spawn in around there, so occasionally these turrets will go off even if we're not under actual attack. So moving back up the walkway, we've put a couple of boulders in here, by the way. These are from Grounded mod. Now the rain is getting a bit tedious. At Somerville Place here we do get foul weather a lot. It is known for having a lot of rain. So we're going to go and set off a clear weather shell, and we'll have a look at the doodad that I constructed. So we have our mortar up here that's got our clear weather shells in it, and we have a counter, this timer thing. When this one on the right scrolls past to from 9 to 0, it will send a pulse. So what happens is we have an interval switch. It's 1 second on, 1 second off. So every time it sends a pulse of electricity to this switch, it rotates in increments of 1 second, and once it gets from 9 to 0, it sends a pulse to the next one, which again counts. So we're turning this interval of this 2 second interval or 2 second cycle here into a 20 second cycle, and then turning it into a 200 second cycle, which will then eventually allow a pulse of electricity to go to our mortar up there. And if we just sort of hang around here for a moment, in the next few seconds, you will see that it cycles this timer on the right, which will fire our mortar off. And there we go, that's our clear weather shell mortar. So an automated clear weather mortar dispenser, if you want, or however you want to call it. It's the first time I've ever used these timing switch things. I think we're going to investigate them more in the future and see if we can't do some interesting electrical shenanigans with them. We also have an override here, because if it gets bad and this isn't, you know, close to its time, then we can set one off manually like that. It'll just fire one off for us. And this interval here, from here to here, is 3 1/3 minutes. So every 3 1/3 minutes it will send one pulse of electricity to the mortar, keeping the weather fine for the tour. So we'll have a quick talk about the house itself now. Actually, before we do that, we'll go up here and have a look at the cattle barn. So we've constructed a covered barn here, using again the pier barn build set from S'mores Workshop items, and we've added some livestock. These are added by USO and will broadly stay where you build them. We've got our Brahmin trough, and we've added some water from the Unlock Settlement Objects mod, USO mod. And for our immersion, that is where this little farm keeps its livestock. So moving back to the main dwelling. So as we've mentioned, you can't scrap the main building, which is the red building there, but and it has a very badly damaged roof. But we've used these angled boards which come from S'mores Workshop items, which just happen to be the right angle, and used the Place Anywhere tool, and we've repaired the roof. And I think it looks quite authentic. It looks like, yes, somebody has got up there, repaired the roof. They didn't have roof tiles, they've used what they could. So around that building we have constructed, or we've extended that building. So we have this shed on the side, we have this building on the back with a little defence post on the top there. We have our covered patio out the back, where I like to think of an evening when the weather's not too shabby, they might come out and enjoy a glass of beer. So nice little covered patio area on the back. And then we've got the entrance to the main sort of accommodation area. We'll go and have a look at that. We'll do that last. Another defensive tower up here. So we've got the 3 defensive towers in total. And then we've got our little farm area. So we've got a chicken coop here, and we've got an outdoor farm there. So the chicken coop, left the gate open. That is an outhouse that has been sunk into the ground with a Place Anywhere tool. I think it's from the S'mores Workshop items build set, the barn build set with the brick skin, and that's as close as I can come up with on the PS4 for a chicken coop. We can't have absolutely custom items made because of Sony. It's one of those things. So we have to get a little bit creative with what we have available to us with the mods we have available. The chickens are added by unlocked settlement objects and will broadly stay in place where you build them. And then we've put a little feeding station there for them. So that provides us with some immersion. It's, you know, they don't do anything, but you know, it's quite pleasant to be here. In our little farm here, we've got 18 food in the outdoor area. We've taken away the sort of furrowed planting area that comes with the farm. You can scrap that with the scrapping mods, and we've put a flat area in and walled it off, or fenced it off, and planted within here. Put our own little pathway in. These paving stones come from a mod. So we've got wild corn, silk bean and tato. The wild corn and the silk bean come from unlocked settlement objects. And then over here we have our powerhouse. So that's literally just got a generator in it. That's providing power for the entire settlement. On the side here we have this little greenhouse, and we have another 6 food. So these glowing fungus provide half a food each. So we've got 24 food and only 9 people. So we got a lot of food. I like to think that you know, the surplus gets sold on to the Minutemen, and the Minutemen distribute it where they see fit. This is a Minuteman settlement. A couple of doggos there. They provide defense, and there are some cats for happiness. And then in the side here we have our shed. So this is just built onto the side of Somerville Place's main building. Has a little storage area on the back. Minuteman flag, of course. And then in here we have made ourselves our workshop. Normally the red workshop is basically where this shelf is in the corner. We have a mod that allows us to move it around the settlement so we can put it in a more convenient position. There goes our clear weather shell again, every 3 1/3 minutes. So we have our main 3 workbenches in here, our actual workshop workbench, little bed down here. You know, perhaps the person that sleeps there guards the power armor. So little power armor and workshop repair station. I think that looks quite nice, quite sort of busy and cluttered looking. The shelves come pre-cluttered, they're from a mod, but everything else has been placed. And then in this part of the house we have turned this into a sort of lounge bar dining room thing.
Well, they thought he might be dead.
We managed to get some floor pieces at that height, and we did that using a floor piece on the floor. So we just put a single large tile down, big single main, you know, 1 square tile down, put a wall on it, and then attached these to the top. They snapped in. Once you get one snapped in, you can snap all the rest of them. They're just floor pieces. And then, you know, they snap all the way through. They even snap through the wall here and will snap in there. So we've managed to sort of give it a tidy the ceiling up, because the ceiling in this property is also quite damaged. So this is our little lounge, come bar, come dining room area. As I
Yes.
said, we don't have lots of shops and stuff here. It's a sort of low activity settlement. You know, it's just a large family trying to get by, in my head canon. Got a Slocum's Joe coffee station, and then we've glitched a I think that's a shelving unit, but it's the wrong way round, just over the front of it, so that you can't see the Slocum's Joe. So just like, you know, somewhere they can come and have their coffee in the morning. This is table where they have the dinner of the evening. The table comes pre-laid from one of the mods. I'll leave a link to all of the mods that I use in the description of this video. And then over in the corner here we have a checkerboard. This comes already decorated, not the mat, just the checkerboard itself with the bottle caps on, as though somebody was going to play checkers there. The reason we've put that on the floor is this is a scripted area for movement, so you will have settlers, particularly the children, will come and sit in these two spaces here and here. So I just like to think that, you know, perhaps this is where they come and hang out and have a game of checkers. And then we've skinned out the bay window with these
Got work to do.
wall panels.
And talk now.
They just sort of just go in using the rug glitch, and we've used an invisible rug so that you can't see the rug either. And this is our bar area. They do like a drink at Somerville place, so yep, very well stocked. These come pre-decorated. So that's the only sort of non-farm, non-guard job. And our chap Ethan here is our barman. If I haven't already mentioned, I have a mod that changes settlers' names, gives them unique names, and also makes them immortal so they can't be killed by raids. And then we'll move through up to the
Don't much
main
care for good neighbor.
house.
Nothing but trouble.
So we have we have a mezzanine, we have a half level. This is 2-story, and then we have a half level, a mezzanine level, I guess you'd call it. And on this floor we have functional bathroom with our chemical shower. And we have the kids' bedroom. So the children sleep in here. These are children's beds, and they will actually sleep in them. So more immersion there. The adults will sleep in the adults' bed. All mod cods are here. We've even got radiators. And the rooms are very basic. It's a fairly clean look, but it's not too new. The build set that I've used, the pier build set, has these walls that can be used as internal walls. So that's sort of quite nice from a building perspective. It gives an outside and an inside to the house, which I sort of quite like. And then we'll go up a half floor here. That is actually providing radiated power for the house. It's from the Go Green Go Solar mod, and it was the easiest way just to radiate power in this building rather than trying to put conduits and stuff in, so that all the lights would work. So up on this half floor here we have the farmhouse kitchen. This shelf comes pre-decorated, and then on the opposite side here we have the farm office. where we've put our vault management system. I imagine in my head canon that the farm manager here will sit and have his cup of coffee, or her cup of coffee, I'm not sure who actually is the farm manager, and do some administrative tasks. And then finally, out of the back here, obviously we've seen this from the outside, this is the little covered patio area. So I think what we'll do quickly is we will go and have a quick snooze and have a quick look at night time, and then we'll wrap up. Let's go about... we'll go 7 hours. I think that'll be enough. That'll get us to, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning or something. It's been a lot of fun doing this particular build, trying to make something that wasn't, you know, too large and that looked a bit authentic. Did have to use quite a lot of place anywhere for repairs. So it did become a bit challenging because the PS4 hardware is not as robust as perhaps you know, a high-end PC or a high-end Xbox. Sometimes these sleep hours, the hour seem to go at different speeds, I find, the intervals between the hours. Okay, we'll have a quick brief look round at night. It's a bit misty, so I might just set a clear weather shell off manually. Yeah, it's a long way from cycling round. So we'll see if we can get some height here so we can have a look down on the settlement and get some perspective on it.
Huh?
Farming's as honest work gets.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
I'll have to set another clear weather shell on off. That rain came back very quickly. So there we go, that is my Somerville Place restoration project. I had quite a lot of fun doing this, and it was nice to do something that felt a little bit more sort of realistic, from a headcanon point of view at least anyway. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the content, please leave me a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I've been LD50 and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.